During 8 months, I fell in the bathroom.
8 months or 8 weeks?
8 months. I fell in the bathroom. My husband said, see, I don't care. And in fact, you are not batting this boy again. And that was when I stopped. My son's CS was pretty easy.
Okay.
But my daughter's CS was something else. First of all, the anesthesia, what they call it, the dose they gave me was not enough. So at the time they started the incision, I was like, doctor, I can feel it. The doctor thought I was joking because I was still talking calmly. I was like, hey, still got. I said, doctor, I said I can feel it. One of the things that's helped me in all of this is, first of all, I would say the grace of God. There's something like that. Most people don't understand. There's something like that. People wonder, how are you able to juggle all of this? The grace of God. My first pregnancy was during the heat of COVID. So, then COVID was starting, it was work from home. So most managers didn't know the idea of closing time. They could call you by 7 p.m., 8 p.m. They need something. They're working on something. So you just discover that all through you're working. Sometimes I'm working late into the night, 12, 1 a.m. One of the lies they've told us women, mothers, is you can't have it all. And I think that's a lie. And what do I mean by that? You can have a happy home. You can have amazing children.
Yes.
You can be doing well in your career, your business, thriving, and you can be fulfilling purpose in ministry as well. One thing I know I've learned over the years is that you can have it better. And when I mean better, in terms of help, in terms of support. As women, sometimes we tend to want to be able to do it all or have it all, and really, you shouldn't. Life was not meant to be done alone. Allow the support. Yes, I know you have your husband's support, but allow support from outside too. Allow your mothers to support you. Allow your friends to support you. It's very important.
Now, I've heard women say, with the way my life is now, I'm very busy. I can't imagine what it will look like when I have a child. And let's be honest, we still have women as moms that are trying to navigate this model of a thing. And don't worry, that's why this podcast exists. We're looking at 9 different women across 9 different spheres of influence. And today we have the law. The law. Backstory, my mom is a lawyer, so if you want to try me, I have plenty lawyers. I will carry you to court. Before I go any further, the lady in red, good evening, have a good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Hi, ma'am.
Hi, how you doing, Oluwaseun?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
How are you feeling today?
Very well as well.
You've had a long day because you're coming from work back.
Straight from work.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for coming. But can you please tell us about yourself? Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Pastor Jennifer Kolade.
Ooh.
And like Oluwaseun has said, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer that actually works at 8 to 5, not a 9 to 5.
God.
And aside being a lawyer, I'm a pastor.
Ooh.
I pastor in Celebration Church International. Whoosh and glory. And I'm also a marriage counselor.
Yeah.
I have a passion for seeing marriages thrive.
Yeah.
And that's why I am a marriage counselor, and I know it's something God has called me to do as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm a wife.
Ooh, I love it. And a mom.
I'm a mom
That's
as
the criteria for coming here. You must be a
I'm
mother.
a wife and I'm a mom, and those are they're like the best in the world.
Thank
being
you.
a mom, being a wife, and I'm grateful to God for that as well.
I like this podcast. It's a healthy podcast. I remember one time, and just for a backstory, she's my pastor and my marriage counselor. So clock it.
Clock it.
Right. I've seen some women talk about, people that have like Instagram page where what the major talk about is maybe pregnancy or motherhood or being a wife, and they're like, is that all there is to you? And I'm like, what do you mean? That's not enough. And I'm not against, of course, doing the every other thing, but what I must say look like just being a wife, being a mother is no longer enough in today's age and world. I don't want to go into that trend, but that trend of call her by her name, and I get it. Give people their accolades. People work hard, but I feel like if I call you, oh yeah, a wife and a mom, you shouldn't be offended.
At all. At
You
all.
should,
Not
of course, you
really.
can say, oh yes, I also do this and this. That's okay, but it's no reason why you should be offended. You should not offend. If you're offended, then check your heart. I'm sorry, but that's not why we're here. So we're talking about, of course, motherhood, faith, and purpose, and we're starting with your motherhood journey. I know you have two beautiful children, a boy and a girl.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you walk us through like pregnancy, labor, and then postpartum for both your children? What was that like?
So starting from pregnancy, for my two children,
You want to take a deep breath.
as in, no, uh,
Okay, the first one.
let me start with the first one.
Yeah.
Uh, well, I didn't have nausea,
Okay.
so well, there were other things, there were other symptoms that were really uncomfortable for
Hmm.
me at that first trimester, especially. Number one was for some reason I couldn't eat some foods again, and I just couldn't eat it.
Hi.
And then I had this what they call carpal tunnel syndrome. That thing
Hey.
that has to do with the wrists.
I've never heard that one before.
Oh,
Like
are you
your wrist was
serious?
spinning or what?
Yeah, it was paining me like
All through?
all through the pregnancy, like real pain.
Different things they do
And
women. God.
and then I had the hips as well. There was a pain, like, so I've forgotten what they called that. The doctor also called it one name. I can't remember again, but they were really uncomfortable for me. And I was working at the same time
Hmm.
during my pregnancy. This was my first pregnancy was during the heat of COVID.
Hi.
So, then COVID was starting, it was work from home.
Hmm.
So most managers didn't know the idea of closing time.
Hmm.
They could call you by 7 p.m., 8 p.m. They need something, they're working on something. So you just discover that all through you're working. Sometimes I'm working late into the night, 12, 1 a.m. with a pregnancy. I'm waking up at so eh, it's a journey that wasn't easy,
Yeah.
but we thank God. And I thank God because He took me through that journey.
Thank God.
I'm always grateful. The delivery stage, I didn't go through labor.
Okay,
So yeah.
induced.
No. I did
Yes.
CS
Okay. Okay.
because of a procedure I'd had earlier on. And so
Okay.
the doctors were like, I had to go through CS.
Time.
And I remember after the CS, getting back home and all of that, I was still trying to get a hang of breastfeeding.
Hmm.
That when they said breast is engorged.
All
Ah,
those latchings, not latching
it's not
where
latching. Ah.
breastfeeding is a class. So yeah, it's another school entirely. Just breastfeeding.
A day to my name is ceremony shown. I had a high fever because of
Mm-mm.
my breasts were engorged.
Balcony wasn't
So
sucking me.
he was sucking, but I think he was sucking only one. So the other one
Ah.
was. And that time I was just new. I didn't really know. So
Ah.
my mother-in-law was a midwife. So she came in
Hmm.
the day before and oh my God, she was pressing the breast to release it. It was extremely painful. I was crying. I took paracetamol, everything. But guess what? The next day was the naming ceremony, and I was all bouncy and
And I was
jumpy.
there at the name ceremony. I didn't
You
know.
wouldn't know what
Ah,
I went
women,
through the day
kind.
before. So the truth is, when it comes to pregnancy, when it comes to delivery, when it comes to even postpartum, it's never
Hmm.
easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's never easy. The fact that your child is waking up to suckle
Hmm.
every 2 hours, that's another stress on its own. Or
Yeah.
every 1 hour, whenever the child wants to just be on the breast and sleep.
And just sleep.
And then you're trying to get yourself.
Yeah, postpartum is rough.
It was, and then the second one, I had the first one who was still like mommy, 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 and then I'm taking care of the second one. So it was
Hi.
like
So how was
I
pregnancy
have
with the how old was your
my
son?
first son. Okay, so he was 1 year plus when I became pregnant.
Hmm.
So he was still really dependent on me.
Yeah.
And I had this, I don't want to say bad habit, but I had this bad habit of wanting to bath him myself. I had help, funny enough, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to be the one to bath him and all of that. It was, I think, my husband as was like, leave this thing. But I was like,
No.
no,
I
this,
want to do it.
I
Mommy and child bonding time.
during 8 months, I fell in the bathroom.
You are doing it to 8 months.
I
Eight
did it
months or 8 weeks.
8 months. I fell in the bathroom. My husband said, "See, I don't care any if you are not batting this boy again." And that was when I stopped. And it was, I gave birth to her. The delivery this time around, my son's CS was pretty easy,
Okay.
but my daughter's CS was something else. First of
Mm.
all, the anesthesia, what they call it, the dose they
Mm.
gave me was not enough. So at the time they started the incision, I was like, "Doctor, I can feel it." The doctor thought I was joking because I was still talking calmly. I was like, "Wait, it's still I said, "Doctor, I said I can feel it." And then he had to stop. They had to now increase the dose. And then I went back. I laid back down. All of a sudden, I started feeling nauseated.
Oh, Jesus
And they
show.
were
God have
operating.
mercy.
So I was shouting that I want to throw up. I can't breathe well. I can't breathe well. They thought I was like, some doctors were like, "Don't worry, calm down. You'll be fine. Everything." If my husband too was like, "Don't worry, you'll be fine. Calm down." I just want to say, I said I cannot
Ah, ah.
breathe. So they now quickly rushed to me. They now raised me up. Now had to put like two high pillows
Ah, ah, on you.
underneath my
Okay.
head so that I could
At least be more.
elevated,
Okay.
yes. So that was how I could breathe better. They finished the procedure and the pain was something else
The at the back
because
of your head. Or what? Okay,
yes,
you had
behind.
that behind. Or
Yes, so that I could be elevated, so I could feel better throughout the procedure. The doctor said, "Oh, it was because they had to move, I think, some of the bowel parts, maybe
mm,
so they touched it, so it kind of caused an irritation for me."
mm,
But it wasn't easy, Sha. And then postpartum for her, because I had the first one,
yeah, you had an
I
idea.
had an idea on how better to handle it. She latched on easily, more
Okay.
better than a brother. So I didn't have that issue with the breastfeeding at all. And so in all, I'll say when it comes to motherhood, pregnancy, delivery,
Hmm.
it's never easy.
Hmm.
It changes you entirely. It changes your body. Sometimes you don't even remember who you are
Hmm.
anymore. You are just someone before that used to remember things sharp, everything.
Yeah.
You're not
Now.
taking like what's going on
Yeah.
and all of that. But in all of it, for me, it's still the highest calling
Yeah.
to be able to raise children,
Yeah.
raise them up in the way of the Lord, just be a mother. For me, it's
Yeah.
one of the highest calling. So, in as much as I go through all of this, I do not take it for granted.
Yeah.
And one thing I know I've learned over the years is that you can have it better. And when I mean better,
Hmm.
in terms of help, in
Hmm.
terms of support,
Hmm.
as women, sometimes we tend to want to be able to do it all or have it all. And really, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Life was not meant to be done alone,
Yeah.
not meant to carry. Allow the support. Yes, I know you have your husband's support, but allow support from outside too.
Yeah.
Allow your mothers to support you. Allow
Mm-hmm.
your
To
friends to
support you.
support you.
Yeah.
It's very important. So yeah, that's been my journey, or that was my journey, and it's still my journey
Ah, yes, so because
because we're still
we're
raising
still
these
in it too.
children.
It's a
Yeah.
lifelong
Yes,
journey.
it is. It
Yeah, it
is.
is. And I think as they grow, it kind of gets easier. Actually, you get or what do you
Ah,
think
I think every stage it
has
gets
its own?
easier, but every stage still has its own.
I
There are
never go far,
times,
sha. So
there are times I'm like, these children, mommy, mommy, mom. I'm like, let mommy rest. Me and my husband will just just lock the door, lock it. They'll be knocking. Like, they say, "What do you want? We want to just stay with you." No, go and play in the sitting room. It's so every stage still has its it's a lifelong journey. Let me say that.
yeah,
Every stage is going to come with its peculiarities.
yeah.
There's someone a senior colleague of mine, her children are teens, but she's telling me, "Oh, thank God your children are toddlers. You're enjoying." And I'm like, I don't
I
understand.
know. I'm wishing to
I'm
be
listening
you.
to you get. So that's when I realized that every stage
Has its own.
has its
No.
own. And so just learning how to navigate each stage
Yeah.
is very important. And just knowing how to make it every stage easier for you, it's
Yeah.
very important.
So I want to ask, I mean, in your marriage, how have you been able, how has the journey been like? Has it affected, the before there were kids, there was now one child, now you have two children. How has that journey been, even been like in your marriage and with your partner?
Funny enough, I didn't want to talk about sex after
Ma, talk
delivery.
about it. That's why we are here.
you know,
Talk. It's real.
I'm
Because the
telling
issues
you,
are there. Talk.
like ah, sex is like the last thing on your mind
Yeah.
after the whole. And then your husband is like, it's just, in fact, sometimes my husband does, he will say it like outrightly, like, babe, Alpha, there's a way he'll just hold your waist,
You know, you know where it's
you know
going
where he's
to.
going
Married men.
I'm telling you, you just know, it's like, this guy wants something, no, and all of that. So, um, having sex after birth, you have to reconfigure your mind
Now, is this
again.
your first child or second child?
First, I'll
Okay.
say first, because it's not, especially penetration, in as
Hmm.
much as it was CS, because nothing had gone there in
Yeah.
about 6 weeks.
Hmm.
So it wasn't that something funny that happened. I don't know if I should say it, but let's move on.
Ah, will you tell me off camera?
Exactly, off camera. So, but it's also still painful
Hmm.
that way. And let me speak in parables. You just find other alternatives at times,
Hmm.
and all of when I mean other alternatives, I'm not talking of outside.
Outside, I understand. Within the confines of
Within
the
the
home
confines
upon
of
the
the
marital bed, the Lord will
exactly.
give you understanding.
God bless you. So, but in terms of our relationship,
Yeah.
um, there was something. My husband and I were coming back from a journey, just or we're traveling last weekend. The children were not with us, and we had time to talk. We had time
Hmm.
to gist. We laughed. A lot of things we couldn't talk about for a while. We agreed on a lot of things,
Hmm.
and it just dawned on two of us that we've been so busy with life, especially when it
Wow.
comes to parenting.
And how many years in marriage is this? Because you said it was just last week. You guys have been married for how long now?
6 years.
Can you
6
imagine?
years, to God be the glory.
Woo!
So, and I were like, in fact, we just thought of the fact that the stress of even raising these children can get you worked up.
Yeah.
So you're just angry with your spouse for no reason. Not
Hmm.
angry, but you are lashing out at your
Hmm.
spouse. So by the time your children are shouting, Mommy, Mommy, you're just coming back from work, you're trying to answer them, settle them, and everything. Immediately are seeing your spouse, you're just telling your husband, please, because you're already stressed out. But this time alone,
Hmm.
or having time alone,
Yeah.
just kind of helps a lot.
Hmm.
So it's something that we usually advise couples now. Sometimes leave the children, they'll be all right.
Yeah.
They'll be
And
fine.
what showing your child will be alright. God, God help me. Help me even tell myself she will be okay.
She'll be
Hmm.
fine. To be very honest, she will
Hmm.
be fine. So take out time, spend time with your spouse. It's
Hmm.
very important because that's what keeps the marriage healthy.
Hmm.
Sometimes these men self don't want to talk because it will come out as if they're not being understanding. So they
Hmm.
try to be understanding, but sometimes they crave that alone time. And you know what? It also helps you as a woman. You think it's only the man it's benefiting, it's also benefiting you. So it's very
Yeah.
important that through it all, through the parenting phase,
Hmm.
as much as possible, do it together, help each other out. But sometimes, periodic times, take out time, go somewhere, go to, it can be a hotel, it can be a vacation, something. Just say, this 2 days, 3 days, one week, we are spending together and all
Yeah.
of that. And it's something I think has helped me and my
Yeah.
husband through it all. We've actually had times where we've actually just been alone
Yeah.
and just said, okay, without the children, this is just us,
Us.
and we'll have fun, we'll play. And the funny thing, last time we had that, which was like last year, almost a year ago, more than a year ago, we called the children. In fact, first of all, the children didn't even remember
Mommy and
mommy
daddy.
and daddy. So when I called my mom, they're like, oh, they are playing. Like they didn't ask of you people. I said, Jesus. We shared the video call. As I was able to do the video call, my son was distracted. I said, see these children. But when I come home and
They'll not be mommy, 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 mommy.
I realized that it's just healthy for the marriage to
Yeah.
take
And you
out
have to
time.
prioritize the marriage.
Yes, yes,
Marriage is a priority,
yes.
not just
It's
the children.
not. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. So you have to make out time for each other. Period. Sometimes go on dates
Hmm.
together. It mustn't be a big thing like vacation. You can just go on
Yeah.
date Friday evening. We are just going out together, two of us. We
Yeah.
want to spend time together.
Yeah.
Talk about things. Talk about other things.
Hmm.
Talk about purpose. Talk
Hmm.
about ministry. Talk about
Hmm.
work. Just have that intimacy.
Yeah.
The mental intimacy is very important as well.
Yeah.
That spouse that you were vulnerable to, you want to
Mm-hmm.
still remain vulnerable to that spouse
Mm-hmm.
even after parenting, even after the children
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah.
So it's very important. So yeah, I would say being intentional, that's the key word.
Hmm.
Being intentional, prioritizing your marriage,
Yeah.
then making intentional steps or taking intentional actions, deliberate
Mm-hmm.
actions for the purpose of the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's to take time out, if it's to water your sexual garden,
Yeah.
as oh,
Glory.
hallelujah, and all of that, these are very important things you need to do
Mm-hmm.
for the health of your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important.
Ah, I'll still come back to more marriage counseling because since I have you here as a marriage counselor, I'll ask you more just in case there are couples that actually trying to navigate or plan towards that area of their life. But I want to touch more on the sex part because I've heard a lot of, I have an entire video on my channel which you can check based on sex after childbirth. So I had another guest where we just discussed everything. But let me share a positive story because my own story is completely different. After childbirth, it was as if my this thing went up, the libido.
Are
Like
you serious?
all those I don't feel like I felt like I was I was on a roll.
Wow.
There was no stopping me, there was no delaying, there was no
After childbirth, like after the
yes.
6 weeks. So,
Mm.
or you didn't wait till the 6 weeks?
No, we waited 6 weeks. We did the six
No, there are
weeks.
couples that don't wait 6 weeks.
There are some, but me. So I'm just going to encourage some other women that yes, some people have, and there are couples like me. It was as if God reprogrammed my sexual drive, and it just became better. I enjoyed it better. It was more
Wow.
fun. In fact, that's it is. But I'm saying, I'm a young girl. Oh, I'm a young girl. You have to say. So that I just have to say that just like it encourage so, and even if there are challenges, it's not the end of the world. You guys can find ways to
Mhm.
navigate it. But since just to take more that marriage bit, how do couples like manage parental differences? Because that's one thing I don't think people even know. So yes, we know each other, we're best friends, we love each other, but it's by the time you start being child, you realize that this is how I grew up. In my mommy's house, the child used to do this one. But in your own mommy's house, my child
You're
used to
going
do
to
this
this
one.
one.
I believe this is the right way. You too, you believe this is the right way.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh, how do we now move forward from there?
I think I remember the last time I came on, you asked a similar question
Yeah.
to this. And I mentioned the fact that I think couples should actually discuss these things before they get married.
But what if you don't know, ma? There's some
And
things that happens on the job that you
yeah,
discover.
actually, that's another thing. So one of the things you have to have at the back of your head is that my spouse does not hate this child.
Yeah.
My spouse loves this child. So
Yeah.
whether the spouse is in quotes over pampering the child, or maybe you feel over disciplining the child,
Yeah.
whichever one it is, first of all, have it at the back of your mind that my spouse loves our child.
Mm-hmm.
And then if there are things you feel like you don't agree on,
Mm-hmm.
have that conversation,
Yeah.
and not in front of the child,
Mm-hmm.
between yourselves in private.
Yeah.
Okay, babe, I really didn't like the way you scolded this child. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like it was a bit too much. Okay, no, I think this is way. So you guys sit and discuss and agree
On the
on
way.
how it will be.
Mm-hmm.
And then so even if you didn't do it before, you can do it after. And you have situations where someone is still being stubborn, that especially when the husband, the wife is like, no, the husband is like, no, this is
No.
what I think is going to be, this is what I think is going to be. But the truth is that marriage is all about compromise.
Yes.
So if you're going to work in unity, if you're going
Mm.
to work in agreement, in oneness,
Yeah.
there has to be a bit of compromise on both of your sides. So you guys will have to meet each other at the middle.
Yeah.
If one person believes in spanking,
Hmm.
The other one does not believe
Believe
in
in spanking.
spanking. You will meet yourselves at the middle.
Yeah.
You know, I remember a couple, I was speaking to a couple and I told them, I said, okay, tell your husband, I don't believe in spanking. Can we not do the spanking? Then if it's not working, we can now
Something else. Yeah.
introduce it and all of that. So it was like, okay, fine. I don't believe in spanking.
Yeah.
Let me be doing the naughty corner. Let me be doing
Hmm.
go and sleep. Let me be doing
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
If it's not effective, if it's not working,
Yeah.
then we can ask, okay, let's try it your way. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like saying, I know you believe spanking is the ultimate,
Mm-hmm.
but give me time to show you that
Other methods
other
can
methods
work.
can work. And when that partner can see that, okay, yes, it's really working,
Yeah.
they are willing to let it
Yeah.
go and continue. But
Mm-hmm.
when they see it's not working, that's when they're
Mm-hmm.
like, no, this child is spoiled,
Mm-hmm.
or this child is getting
This I don't
over
just
pampered, exactly, and all of that. So basically, first of all, is once you begin to notice those differences, have that conversation with your partner
Yeah.
in private. Not if don't antagonize your partner in
Yeah.
front of your
Of the child.
children,
Yeah.
in front of the child. So going to your private room privately, have that discussion. Okay,
Yeah.
this parenting style, I'm not really comfortable with it. What can
Mm-hmm.
we do? So both
Mm-hmm.
of you agree on something together. And I always tell people when having conversations like this, it's always good to water the ground through prayers. Just ask the Holy Spirit to give you the right words,
Yeah.
to bring about the right atmosphere, and it works.
Yeah.
And it's better to have that conversation not in the heat of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So not when one parent is still
Angry or
angry,
upset.
upset, and you are going, you won't get much productivity out of that conversation.
Yeah.
So once the person has calmed down, I mean, simple rules of communication.
Mm-hmm.
Once the person has calmed down, then you can now bring up that issue with the person. However, I must mention here, if it's coming physical abuse, you
Mm-hmm.
have to do something.
Hmm.
Whether if it's like
They're beating the
they're
child.
beating the
Ah.
child, it's not even age appropriate.
Ah.
The child is get you have to speak up.
Yeah. Or
You have
take
to
the
speak
child to
up.
your
Take
mother.
the you need to, if someone that man is accountable to, report to the
Yeah.
person, see what is going on so that they can intervene as soon as possible.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. Man. I think what you said at the beginning, that know that your partner loves that child. I think it was something you told me to one time that it forever
Yes,
stuck with me. Another thing that's helped me is that knowing that both father and mother have their own role. So inbuilt, God has helped the mother to be a nurturer, to be a careful, a caring person, and the man is naturally built to protect, to
exactly,
discipline. So when you see
exactly,
the man discipline the child, it's not because he doesn't love, because God to disciplines us. Allow him,
exactly.
because as women he preaches us, let's be honest, that's where
Yes,
most of us have issues, in that discipline area.
you know,
But I've seen that he helps the
it helps.
child.
You know, my
It's
husband. I
good.
used to tell my husband. So I said, men are trainers.
Yes.
Women are carers.
Yeah.
That's the word. So we are the ones that when the athlete has finished training,
Will not come
will not call
care, put everything together.
take
But it's the one that
water,
say
food,
go, you can
go,
do
you
it.
can do
No, you are
it.
not tired.
Thank
Keep
you. Keep
running.
running.
And we were
Yakubu,
like, it's okay.
manage.
We were like, it's okay now. She's tired
I'm telling
already.
you.
It's okay.
So men are actually trainers and women
Yeah.
are carers. They care,
Yeah.
they nurture, like you said, nurturers.
Yeah. So you need both to make it work.
Yes.
To interrupt your viewing, I know you're enjoying the conversation, but our goal is to reach more people and we need your help. So can you take a moment to subscribe to this channel, like this video, drop a comment and share this video with that man or woman. Also, I have a book titled How to Overcome the Fear of Pregnancy and Motherhood. This is for every woman who desires to have a child or children but you're afraid to. You can get a copy of this book using the link in the description or on your screen right now. Okay, let's get back to the video.
So I know we've digressed a bit from our main conversation to enter marriage counseling. So let's come back.
No
So now I want
problem.
to talk about your journey in terms of you being a lawyer. I know you studied law.
Yes, I did.
You studied law and you've been working as a lawyer for how many years now?
Uh, uh 10 years.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, this year will make it 10 years.
Congratulations.
Thank
Wow.
you.
And like, it's
10
not the one that are
years.
going to the court.
So, I had that stage in my life, to be honest.
Mm.
I had that stage. Yeah, I had that stage. I think early stages of my career, I went to courts, but that was the early
Early stage when you
stages.
started.
Yeah, but I Well, what's
And
the
so, I mean, just the journey. Actually, you started where you
yes,
started the early stage. How you grew from there and where you are now, and then we just bring it into how you have then been able to manage motherhood in all those phases. Also, from pregnancy, you're now in postpartum. You're now the second pregnancy. How are you still doing? All of
all of
that. Then we'll
that.
now mention your pastor work too. How you not join that one?
Wow. Okay. Okay. So my career journey has been interesting.
Hmm.
I was called to the Nigerian bar 2016.
Ooh,
So that's why I said I started working, I think that 2016. So that's why I
okay.
said this year I'll make it 10
Like 20
years
year. Yeah.
that I've been working as a lawyer. Um, I started off working in a court as a research assistant.
Okay.
I was helping the judge to write rulings, judgments, doing research and everything. And it was really interesting for me
Hmm.
because you would have to read all the arguments. There's this big book, the judge's book. It was
Wow.
big. That's where the judge would write the notes from cross examination and all of
Hmm.
that. So it was interesting. Well, that phase passed. I moved on to a law firm. I was going to court.
Okay.
I remember one time, so I had two youth coppers under me that were
Okay.
lawyers, two guys, men, and uh, I went to court with this elder. I was in court and I was going against one elderly
Man.
man one time. Well, not elderly, maybe let's say in his mid years. And the next thing he told the coppers, because the coppers they would usually follow me to appear in court. And I was on doing the speaking and everything. So after that, he now went to meet the guys. He came to them and said that the man came to meet them. I said, why would they allow a woman to be leading them? That
Uh-uh.
even if they are younger than me, I'm supposed to allow them to speak.
In all the case he has, that's the one that is bothering him. Like that was he was in court thinking, how
Oh
can a woman be leading
God.
his mind was not on the case he came there.
My dear. And funny thing, so that thing, when I heard it, it now gave me ginger. I said, this guy, I wanted to do respect for you before, but
You will know.
you so I opposed one of his motions. Naturally, they don't oppose that motion in court. It's like standard, you don't oppose it. I opposed it to babe. I guess what the judge granted. He wrote in my favor. The man was so angry. He said, what's that? Who opposes this motion? Kinika. I said, so when you were talking, I
You
will
did
show
not
you that
know.
a woman
Two can do
can
it.
do it. So, but I did that for a while, and then I got another job where I am right now, which is
Okay.
the energy space.
Okay.
So I moved in house. And so I
Yeah.
became a lawyer in house, an energy lawyer.
Yeah.
And that became a whole different ball game
Hmm.
again, because I was also starting out there as
Yeah.
well. And like I mentioned, during COVID happened.
Hmm.
So not long after I even got the job, I was planning my wedding.
Okay.
And then I can't forget that day I was going to go for my husband had an event. Then he was not my husband yet. We had an event and I wanted to go. But I just started out this job. I didn't know how to take permission. So I now went to meet my manager. Then I was like, Ma, my fiance has this event. I was like, hey, God should not look at me like, are you
Are
okay?
you okay?
You
Is
just
that
started
why
this
you are
job.
here?
Exactly. And she was like, oh, no problem.
Hmm.
You can go. And I was like, oh, thank God. So I still came to work that day, but I just closed early
Ellie,
and went
okay.
for it. But basically, my career journey has been interesting.
Hmm.
Um, I'm someone who has put all my mind into what I do.
Hmm.
You know that phrase when I said, anything you're doing, do it as unto the Lord.
Yeah.
I have taken that verse and I've run with it.
Hmm.
When it says, "Seeth thou a man diligent in his work, he will stand before kings, he won't stand
Yeah.
before men or men," I also ran with that passage.
Hmm.
So when it came to diligence, I was diligent.
Hmm.
I wasn't going to let anybody think maybe because of where I'm from
Hmm.
or my background or anything, I wouldn't be able to do something. I
Hmm.
wanted to show to everybody that I can do this and I can do it well.
Yeah.
So in my workplace, I was giving it my best.
Hmm.
I'm churning out any work, I'm churning high quality work.
Nice.
I became very reliable. So if I tell you I'm going to send you something on so day, best believe I'm going to send it that day, latest the next day, but
My
most
like working with
times
people like you.
I'm telling so and it's I think I kind of now got that reputation in my office that, oh,
Hmm.
Jennifer is when it comes to reliable,
Hmm.
she's reliable, and she's smart, she thinks on her
Wow.
feet, she can. And that's another thing I wanted to be known for, a solution giver.
So we're intentional about how you wanted
I
to be
was
seen and be
intentional,
defined.
yes.
I
So
like
I
that.
began when an issue came up, I'm like, okay, why don't we do this, this, and this?
Hmm.
And everybody's like, wow, yeah, we could try that. So I noticed that people are quick to always notice problems and just be panicking and
Yeah.
anxious.
Yeah.
I wanted to be that person that calms everybody and is like, okay, we can try this, we can try that. Just make everybody start thinking again how we can solve
Yeah.
this problem rather than dwelling on it.
Yeah.
And I kind of also invested in making myself that in the office as well. And then after marriage, pregnancy, like I said, I was COVID. I was sick. I remember my manager was like, I sent some work and she was like, Jennifer, I don't know if it's pregnancy that is disturbing you, but I don't understand what
No,
you
it
wrote here.
doesn't.
And I was like, that's it entered me. I said, I will show this woman that even in this pregnancy, I can deliver.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, but I just made up my mind. And to God be the glory. My pregnancy, like I said, I just had food cravings and
Hmm.
particularly maybe those pains. And the doctor actually said that was one of the reasons I had pains in my wrist because
Hmm.
of the typing. Because
Oh, you type a
I
lot.
type a lot work.
Okay.
So I was still delivering.
Hmm.
I was still delivering even in my pregnancy and all of that. Then the second pregnancy, that one wasn't COVID, so I was going to work. So I remember I was heavy
Monday to
and
Friday.
yes, so I was going to work Monday to Friday, but they now my office now started this work from home thing. So there was a bit of some days,
Flexibility.
but I think it was just like one day
Mm.
work from home. So I said it's still something.
Hmm.
So and I carry really heavy. So even if I'm not like up to 8 months, maybe at 6 months, my tummy is already
Showing.
showing big. So ah,
Hmm.
let me tell you one secret or one thing I did. Confession time. There was one time. This was in my first trimester. I didn't want to tell anybody I was pregnant. So that day, I don't even know what happened. I was tired. No, I think I went somewhere and then I came to work a bit late. So my manager was like, oh, I think they're complaining about someone that was coming late. So she was
Mm.
like, this is my first time coming late this month. Oh,
And I
she
saw.
now, she said, oh, Jennifer, you're not supposed to come late. This. I said, Jennifer, I said to play pregnancy card. I just
Oh.
I said, Ma, I need to tell you something. She said, what? I said, I'm actually in my first trimester. She said, oh,
Oh,
I'm so
so
sorry.
sorry.
I said, in my mind, I was like,
I think that's one of the beauties of prayer. Everybody just pities. Everybody just gives you, and it's actually needed. Because it's a
yes,
lot.
it's actually a
It's a
lot.
whole lot. Like
So
you're not even trying to look for pity. You just really need a
you
bit
just need,
of compassion
thank
and people to extend
you.
grace to you because your body is already doing too much and you're genuinely trying your best to deliver because most pregnant women don't also want to feel like it's not because I'm pregnant and they're not. So
You
you're really
know,
giving it your 100.
yeah. So at least, thank you. Just understand with me at this time. So,
Yeah.
but it was good, and so I had a supportive boss at the time I was pregnant with them. In fact, at the time I gave birth, and I really thank God.
Hmm.
At the time when I was pregnant during COVID, I changed bosses. The boss they changed me, I was changed to
Yeah.
um was now a bit more relaxed.
Okay.
And then so I was like sometimes I'll just steal 1 or 2 days work from home.
Mm-hmm.
And then but one thing she was just concerned about is delivery.
Hmm.
So even if you're going to work from home, I shouldn't be calling you
To
and you're
follow up,
not
yeah.
picking.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be stressing about a document, a
Mm-hmm.
report I
Mm-hmm.
need. Just deliver it. So, and that's one thing I told you a reputation I
Yeah, I wanted to
developed,
keep,
reliability,
yeah.
yes. So I need that even if I'm going to be working from home, I'm going to still deliver. So that
Mm-hmm.
when next I'm telling you I'm working from home, you're not
You
being
will know,
scared.
yeah.
So, and then, so I carried really heavy. I remember we had a women network program and I was pregnant. I came and champion, then the wrestling champion was like, oh, we have a pregnant lady and we are supporting her. Come to the front and take a picture. And this was like really good, but it was I would say one of the things that helped me in my career journey is the fact that I had understanding bosses.
Very important.
That was one. Number two is I tried as much as possible to maintain my quality and standard of work,
Hmm.
even while being pregnant.
You tried, but
I
what if you can't?
tried.
Like genuinely, the pregnancy. How can someone manage it when they really cannot?
So in such situations, I think you have the discussion with your manager and have that there should also be a compromise. There should also be a compromise. You see, we are in a and it's a business world. That's another
Hmm.
thing people don't realize. It's a business world. While your employer is willing to give you enough time off
Yeah.
away from work. They're not going to give you enough time indefinitely.
Yeah.
They still want to be able to know that they are not just giving somebody free money because it's
Yeah.
still
It's still business.
business.
There's nothing like
And
sentimental about
exactly,
it.
it's still
Yeah.
business. So you have to still make a compromise. So for instance, funny enough, the manager that I had that was really one of the managers I had that was really understanding. She said during her own pregnancy, it was really bad. She was throwing
Hmm.
up. She couldn't even stay in the office
Hi.
because any little smell,
She's already
she's already
irritated.
irritated and all of that. Also know another person too that during her pregnancy, she was really, in fact, sometimes she go to the toilet and be throwing up. And
Mm-mm.
at the end, she's like, she had really bad nausea. I think there's another name they
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
yeah. I can't remember. I know there's a name
Yeah,
for
so she
that one
couldn't
too.
really eat anything. But guess what? She still delivered. So she didn't deliver. Maybe if she was going to deliver 10 things, she didn't
Yeah,
deliver 10 things.
10
But she
things.
picked one or two things and she focused on those things
Yeah, and did it
and
well.
did it.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say to any working class lady that is pregnant that is not having it easy.
Hmm.
One thing I would say is that have a discussion with your manager on how you're feeling, how
Yeah.
it's going to affect your work.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're having that discussion, remember it's like a negotiation.
Yeah.
So you're also bringing something to the table, a
Mm-hmm.
compromise as well. Okay, I may not be able to deliver this and this, but you see these two,
I will do it
I will do
well.
it well and I will deliver on it.
Mm-hmm.
So times that you are at least feeling a bit okay, just push yourself
Mm-hmm.
and do so. I know it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's but just so that's why I said just pick two things, one thing that you're comfortable with to deliver so that there's still that give, forgive. It's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. And briefly on postpartum, how was postpartum like with work and all of that? Getting by, there's that feeling of now maternity leave is
It's
over. I'm going back to
over.
work.
During my first child, my first son, it was there was no I was supposed to resume office, I think, physically because there was still COVID, but they now said we are going to go to physical resumption.
Okay.
And so I had to now start thinking of crutch to put my boy. He
And
was, I
how
think,
old?
4 months
Kai.
then. 5 months. I think five
You didn't want to
months.
get a nanny.
And then, well, so that's another thing. I didn't. Mm, I would say it's another bad habit I had. That trusting people. It's a bad habit I had. But I prefer to put the child in a crutch where it was more controlled
Hmm.
than at home.
Hmm.
Because a nanny being at home, a lot of things were in my mind.
Hmm.
What if one day I
You've thought far.
ah this nanny don't carry my different things. So I
I
was like,
understand.
It's a different case. There was one of my colleagues, she was like, that's the benefit of staying in an estate where you
Oh,
can't leave
there's
the estate without
a
the
code.
yes, not even just the code, the owner of the house calling to
Mm.
grant you access to actually leave. So her nannies, if they want to leave, I say, okay, now that one is good. Your mind is at peace. You know that this nanny, no matter what, cannot carry that child and go
Mm-hmm.
outside. But in my case, I was not living in that kind of estate. And so,
That one cannot work.
if the daddy want to carry my child, I come home, I don't see daddy, I did not see child. Because, ah, there were a
Oh
lot of things, Sha.
God.
I had help, funny enough, but I was
Okay.
just not just comfortable living
The child at
the
home.
child. So I was going to take the child to crèche. And then my mother-in-law was like, oh no, that she doesn't like crèche, that the baby is too small to put in crèche, 5 months. So she said, okay, do you know what? Then they were doing, I think, 3 weeks off, 1 week on. That's what they
Mm.
started with. So she
Okay.
said, okay, during my 1 week on, she will come and stay with my son.
Okay.
Then 3 weeks off, I'll
Aww.
be. And so that was her. So up until my child was 1 year, she was taking care of him.
Aww.
But as God will have it, she went to be with the Lord when after he clocked 1 year.
Hi. May I so rest in peace.
So
So
it was really painful. And so basically that's so my son started crutch that 1 year, and then from there he just
when and then your daughter, how
continued. My
was
daughter, so luckily for me, or should I say to God be the glory, they started crutch in my office.
Oh, so you could bring your
So I could
child.
bring her to the crutch.
Oh, thank
So
God.
she was there sometimes. So I did exclusive for the first 6 months.
Even
So
while at work.
even
So
while
you will
at
come
work.
down.
Yes, I'll go to the crèche, go and breastfeed. Sometimes I pumped, but if the I wasn't like producing so much, so what I pumped sometimes is not enough. So the child will be, they'll just call me that, oh please, mommy, come and
Breastfeed.
breastfeed. So when they call me like that, I'll calm down, breastfeed, and all of that. My son also did exclusive, but my mother-in-law was around. So
Me, I'm
that
sorry,
one
but
week,
women have two heads. You are to work and you still come down and breastfeed.
ah, no, I was doing it. I was even pumping in the office. So in fact, that it got to a point where people now had to. It was one of the things they now said we need a lactation room. They now, because when my son was when I was going to office, there was a breakout room.
Hmm.
I would go there, put
And
my pump and all of that, then put a scarf over myself pumping. I remember one of my male colleagues coming and seeing me with a scarf, and he was like, "Are you okay?" I said, I'm pumping. He said, ah, sorry, sorry. And he left, you know. But it was a breakout room. Anybody was entitled to sit in the breakout room. So, but that was one of the things they now championed. Okay, please, we need a lactation room, at least somewhere where mothers
women
can
can
breastfeed and
breastfeed.
pump.
Ah, it's thankful for
And
your office, Sha.
yeah,
Because
so
not everybody still has that.
exactly, not everybody has that. So that was one of the things I think I benefited from that. So she was there up until 2 years.
Wow.
So 2 years, she now started
How did you not do it on the way back home?
daycare. She
Just
was
you
in
and
her
her in
car
the car
seat, yeah,
and she will stay.
and she was
Toddler.
staying. But you know, everybody has asked me that question. I think maybe because I started her from
From she was
she
used to
was,
it.
yes. In fact, sometimes I always play music and I'll be dancing with her in the car. She even because of that she learned all my songs.
She knew it.
She knew it. She loves dancing. I feel like that's why she dances more than her brother. Maybe because she was always
Oh,
listening to music from
music.
when she was a baby. But so that was how it was
Ah,
really
wow,
postpartum
that's
for
a lot.
me.
So now
Well,
I want to speak to you a bit more on the faith part, knowing that you're a pastor. I mean, did you always know you were going to be? I
ah,
think I know the answer, but I know. I feel like it was a shock. You never experienced it,
ah,
or you have always. At what point
mm,
did you know, and how has that been?
okay. The point I
And sorry,
knew,
just to add, you're not just a pastor; you're also a pastor's wife.
yes. And I was a pastor's wife before I actually
He
even
became
became
a
a
pastor. And
pastor.
can I also add further? You are the pastor's wife or your pastor's in Akure.
Yeah,
And he goes to
exactly.
Akure on weekends, and sometimes your family goes on weekend. So during the week, you've done that. So imagine where Leona, that's her daughter's name, was in crèche. So you'd have done that all through the week. Then on weekend, you still go to
So
Akure.
I could,
Then you come back again on Monday.
uh, luckily for me, my work from home was Mondays. So
Okay.
the head of my department just said, "Oh, I want to give Jennifer Mondays."
Oh,
A lot of people had Fridays, but she gave me Monday. And I was even happy she gave me Monday because I'm like, first of all, the traffic on Monday was something else. To
yeah.
drive with Leona in that traffic. So Tuesdays were just best. Friday was chilled.
Hmm.
So working from home on Friday was not going to be beneficial for me,
Hmm.
but it was that was something that helped as well. As well. And at the point I knew I was going to become a pastor, I think my husband has this prayer group, not a personal prayer group, a church prayer group,
Okay.
where they just meet together.
And
We
pray.
meet every morning virtually to pray. And I remember one time we were praying. And I had a vision kind of thing, and I
Mm.
saw my husband and I climbing a mountain, and my husband was
Wow.
up and
Wow.
I was down. So some guys, like, they're like Agberos, they just
Mm.
came. Ma, it's time for you to go up. It's time for you to go up. And they just carried me and they just threw me
Up.
up. Like, they
Kai.
flinged me up to where he was. So, and then I knew, and immediately I came out of that vision. I told my husband, I didn't tell my husband immediately, but I wrote it down. I said, pastoral duty is coming soon. I just knew that
Wow.
was it.
That
This
was it.
was, and then the church reached out to me. I think the next a few weeks later, not even
Wow.
a few days later, and I
Uh-uh.
just got an email that I'm being considered for
Pastoral work.
pastoral work
Uh-uh.
and everything, and then up until the ordination. So I
Wow.
already knew and I was ready. And I
Sorry,
knew
sorry, ma. Just now, this is not particular to the church, but is it okay to reject pastoral work if they
some
come?
people actually do. In fact, in the email they tell you that if you feel it's not yet the right time, because do you know what?
Oh,
Guess
it's a
what?
lot.
While they are led by the Spirit, they're also humans.
Yeah.
So sometimes maybe they even tell you in the email, go and pray about it
Wow.
and get your confirmation from God that yes, this is
This is
something
what he
you
wants me to
should
do.
do. So yes, I advise people, if you feel like this is not what God wants you to do, you can tell
Yeah.
them, oh, at this stage,
Yeah.
I
So
don't
everyone
think
keeps saying,
so.
Pastor Shem, it's not what God wants me to do. Take I have evidence. No, I'm not your pastor. My name is Oloa Shem.
But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is,
Ma,
that's
leave that one. Let's go back to where we are coming from. In the future, me and God will be discussing it.
yeah. So basically, so that's when I knew, and so I knew that God had prepared me for it,
Hmm.
and I started praying about it. So that
Hmm.
was when I knew for sure that I was going to become a pastor. This was like few months to the ordination. So it's not like I knew from long. But people like my mom, some people, they say, "Ah, we knew. Jennifer, you had always had that." I'm like,
Hmm.
and all of that. So yeah. But I'd been a pastor's wife for a while before becoming a pastor. So I think that's a ministry on its own as well.
Yeah.
And I was also, like you said, a recent pastor's wife. So
Mm-hmm.
you also had people coming to meet you, you had people looking up to you. So you yourself, you had to be fed to actually
Hi.
feed
Other
others.
people.
So I think that's something that also prepared me for ministry
Hmm.
as well. And the fact that, which is very profound, when you are feeding others, you're also being fed.
Yes.
You're also being
Yes.
fed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are an accountability partner to someone, you're counseling somebody, you're edifying yourself.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
it was something that I I think I took advantage of as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'll be it. That'll be it
So
basically.
how have you now been navigating all of this? Motherhood, pastor's wife, the
Ah,
journey, the everything. And you
mm,
still and I think for another important thing for me is beyond all of this, yourself as a person. How have you
exactly.
had
Your own
how
relationship with
yes,
God.
yeah, but even just yourself. Because sometimes you give so much to being a wife, to being a mother, to being a pastor, that you barely have time for yourself. Some people don't even know themselves outside of the title of duty. Like if we removed everything and it was just you, who are you? But I mean, the question is, how have you been able to, navigate, all of that?
Okay. I think for me, navigating all of that, I would say first off, having a supportive spouse
Yep.
is key, because he's also a pastor, so he understands. So he's not expecting, because he knows you're a wife, you're a mother, you are a career lady. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
career lady, by the
Yeah.
way. So he knows all of that. So he's not putting so much demands on me
Hmm.
as a pastor's wife or as a pastor. In fact, sometimes when he's discussing with me, it's like, oh, there's someone I want you to speak to. Can you speak with the person, or do you want me to transfer her to someone else?
Yeah.
And he would always ask me. And if I tell him, oh, I can't, yeah, okay, no problem. Sometimes he
Yeah.
won't just go ahead and look at, oh, this lady has been busy. She has worked
Mm-hmm.
maybe till like 11 p.m. Let me just not stress her and everything. An example, we had a leaders meeting yesterday
Okay.
online, and I had a virtual counseling session. which extended beyond the time allocated. It kind of clashed with the leaders' meeting. And I told him, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot we had the. I said, but I'll finish before they
The
start the
time, yeah.
discussions. Unfortunately, it spilled over. It didn't really stress me. And then I had a deadline to meet up at work. So I was in the meeting and I was also doing
Yeah, work.
working and all of that. And he understood. You
Hmm.
know, whenever he really needs me to take on the pastoral duty, he's telling me, oh, I need you to please do this. Can you do this? And all of that. But one of the things that's helped me in all of this is, first of all, I would say the grace of God.
Yeah.
There's something like that. Most people
Yes,
don't
ma.
understand.
It
There's
is.
something
I
like that.
agree.
People
Yep.
wonder, how are you able to juggle all of
Yep.
this? The grace of God.
Yep.
Um, Secondly is the wisdom of God.
Hmm.
The wisdom. It's wisdom that lets you know how to prioritize,
Mm-hmm.
how not to. For instance, um, I knew I was going to be here
Mm-hmm.
today. I also knew I had a crazy deadline to meet up
Mm-hmm.
at work. I had to make the sacrifice and stay up late. I slept around one. I finished the
Hi.
work around 1 a.m.
Thank you, ma.
So I sent it to my manager that 1 a.m. And then I was like, there's this thing I'm doing. I had to do. I shall went to bed around 2 a.m. I was up again this morning to get to work
Hmm.
so that they can see me.
Yeah.
And then I take the permission to leave
Hi.
and everything. Ah, am I supposed to be saying this?
In case they watch this video.
But it's all part of not letting anything suffer.
Hmm.
So even at that little time I had at work, I made sure I delivered a couple of things.
Hmm.
So that, guess what? My manager is busy reviewing all those things
Yeah.
before she has time to say, let me call
You have
Jennifer.
kept her busy.
I've kept her busy. It's wisdom.
Yeah, I
You've
agree,
kept her.
ma.
So at that time, you have time to do other things.
Yeah.
There are times I maybe finish working on something in the night. I try not to, as much as possible, not to work late into the night.
Mm-hmm.
But when I know it's absolutely necessary
Mm-hmm.
and I work late into the night, I schedule the email to go out around 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. So by the time I'm waking up in the morning, between that time, I'm doing other things
Yeah.
I want to do. So by the time she's now, she gets the email reviewing it, calling me. So in her mind, I've been working on that thing till 10 a.m. and she
Yeah.
got it. But
Yeah.
guess what? I've done it since and I'm doing
Yeah.
other things. So I'll say wisdom as well.
Hmm.
Wisdom, planning yourself,
Yeah.
prioritizing, knowing when
Yeah.
to. So there are some people you have to tell no.
Mm-hmm.
Even as a pastor or a pastor, there are some people they want to come and talk. I'm like, oh, I have to leave now, but can you send me a message?
Mm-hmm.
I had an appointment with someone last week Saturday, and we had agreed on the time. She missed her
Appointments.
She now sent me a message 30 minutes later. I said, oh, I'm sorry, the time has elapsed for us to talk. We have to do it next week.
Yeah.
So if you don't set those kind of boundaries,
Yep.
you get yourself burnt
Yeah.
and overworked in juggling all of this.
Yeah.
So like I said, just in summary, the grace of God,
Mm-hmm.
very important.
Yeah.
The wisdom of God,
Yeah. Planning.
planning,
Yeah.
and then the support of your
Prioritizing.
spouse.
Yeah, support. Yeah, yeah. I can totally again, like you said, there's really something. People think when you say grace of God, and I think grace of God will work when you are where He wants you to be. It's a real thing, like you said. Sometimes people ask
Exactly.
me, "Sure, are you able to do?" So you in your head, you are thinking, "I'm so busy." Like sometimes I've got to a point where I tell people, so I create content on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. All I need is 2 days. There was a day where I shot and edited 10 videos in one day,
Wow.
and I was done for the entire week. And in your head, you're thinking she's swamped. I'm sleeping for the next day. Like I literally
Actually.
just wake up, I'm just reading a book, I'm just feeding my mind. Or even this year, my strategy for this year is one project at a time. I started with Ikemi's event, Valentine event. After that, I focused on my book launch. When I was done with book launch, I focused on podcast. After podcast, I'll focus on the next thing. If I'm tired, ma, I will sleep. Do you understand? But the truth is, so
Yeah.
another person looks like, she's doing a lot. But no, it's not the grace that God at work in me.
Exactly.
Yes, I work hard. Yes, I'm diligent. But I know that there's the grace
There is
and
the
ease
grace
that
factor.
follows
Yeah.
with
Thank
the
you. That
alignment
word
and with the
is
assignment and the peace. So I'm not burdened. I'm also not doing this. And I'm burdened. And my head is aching me. And I'm stressed. There's joy in my heart. I'm enjoying it.
um,
I'm happy.
exactly.
And I agree.
So it's
Yeah,
really
it's grace
really
and wisdom to knowing what to do,
what.
when to do it, how to do it, all this putting the team together. I was telling people, I've never done this. I mean, you have been on a host before. Now, this is my first level of production, but everything I needed to do came from Holy Spirit. Like, it may seem weird, but as little as I ensure there's food during the set came from Holy Spirit. Nobody sat me down and told me. What I did was, after I got the list from Holy Spirit, and I called a friend that has experience, help me review this. And she said, it was good to go. She just gave me, okay, do this one better, do this one better. So the wisdom on what to do, how to do it, when to do
When
it,
to do
also really
it,
comes from God. So
yes.
some people really think it's cliche. They think, yeah, they're looking for 10 tips on how to manage, 10 tips on how to navigate. But truly, just being where God will have you
Have
be,
you be, and
doing it with
doing
all
it
of your
all of your heart,
heart.
and praying as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Praying. I remember there was something God asked me to do last year, an outreach kind of thing He asked me to
Hmm.
do, and I was wondering, okay, how am I going to do it? So in my mind, there was someone I saw, and I thought maybe she was good in doing it. So I
Hmm.
said, okay, let her do it. I was speaking to her, but she was stalling, stalling, stalling. And that day, I remember we were having a prayer program in church, and I was just praying. And the Holy Spirit said, "You didn't ask me who to meet concerning this." And I said, I now started
Hmm.
praying about it. And next day, I just saw somebody. I said, he was just like, meet her.
Hey,
And I went to meet her. Guess what? She had a connection to
can you
the
imagine
place I wanted to. In less than a week,
everything?
everything. And I was like,
Honestly,
so there's that ease. Once you are in God's will, you pray about it, like you said,
yeah, I
there's
agree,
that
ma.
ease. Yeah.
And you know what to do. For example, I had this idea since last year, but I knew it wasn't now. So it was as if I got pregnant with it. And when it was time to push and deliver, I knew it was. So all of that, kind of all, works together. So, I mean, do you have any last? We've said a lot. I mean, anything, you would like to say to a mom, to be a mom out there, on purpose, on motherhood, on faith, anything.
Anything. I think one of the lies they've told us women, mothers, is you can't have it all.
Hmm.
And I think that's a lie. And what do I mean by that? You can have a happy home.
Yep.
You can have amazing children. You
Yes.
can be doing well in your career, your business,
Yeah.
thriving,
Yeah.
and you can be fulfilling purpose in ministry as well.
Yes.
You can do all of this
Yes.
with ease once you
Yes.
are a woman of faith,
Mm-hmm.
once you are a woman in God,
Mm-hmm.
once you're a woman that relies on God.
Mm-hmm.
You can do all of these. I think
Mm-hmm.
they've made it's either you have a happy home
Or
or you have a good career. You can't have
yeah.
a good career. You have to choose
Yeah.
one. This you can have all of that. So if you are with God all the way
Mm-hmm.
in how you do your marriage, if you are
Mm-hmm.
willing to submit yourself to the wisdom of God,
Mm-hmm.
in how you raise your children, if you're
Mm-hmm.
willing to submit to the wisdom of God, in
Yeah.
your career, in
Yeah.
your ministry, in
Yeah.
fulfilling purpose, carrying out assignments that God gave you, you have to be willing to submit to God, and you will see that you can have it all,
I
and you
agree.
will have it all.
Yep. And you will. Okay. So there's a slogan we say. We are mothers, we are believers, and we are walking in purpose.
Okay.
So on the count of three, we'll just say together, we are
The
mothers,
mothers,
we
we
are
are
believers,
believers,
and we are
we are
walking
working
in
in
purpose.
purpose.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go. We
We
are
are
mothers,
mothers,
we
we
are
are
believers,
believers,
and
and
we
we
are
are
walking
working
in
in
purpose.
purpose.
Woo!